Put your spoon to lid on. Oh, your spoon in there. What's the lid? Oh. And we are live. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you. The birds are chirping. Ooh, 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 ooh. Good morning to you. Hey, you guys.
I've been sitting over here in the cut, like my legs was leaning over this way. So it feel like I'm like. That's okay.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Good morning to you. I gotta get some of this coffee because, as I said, I was just unlocking the door, getting up, unlocking the door.
What time you jumped up this morning?
It said 8:48, but my clock is 10 minutes fast, so it was 8:38.
So when you say you open up the door, you literally just walk.
Yes,
literally
I
just woke
like,
up, ran down, unlocked the door.
I know she's about to be opening up this door.
I literally was opening up the door when she was on the second flight. Okay. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm here. Then I go up to the kitchen. I ain't see no sign of coffee going. That's all. Yeah.
Kid just got up. I'll be in a minute.
Oh,
give me a minute.
I remember.
Oh yeah, gotta get some there.
The job. My elbow just hit the edge of the table. I felt bone. That. Wasn't funny. But yeah.
Baby, like your funny bone.
I don't know if it was just like pressure. Yes, honey. It zizzed on it. It was an operation in here.
That was.
It zizzed on it. It was giving operation.
Good morning, Aunt Faye.
Good morning.
Operation. That was the game, honey. You gotta get that little.
Are you adjusted? Did you you never called me back? Did you figure out what's it called? Turo? Did you figure out Turo? She was looking on Turo. I was asking about Turo. I said, oh yeah.
How to do it or
no, I guess she was asking, is it effective? Is it good? And I said, yeah, I like Turo.
Yeah, people use it.
Yeah, Turo is where it's at, honey.
Yes.
That'll keep you right in alignment.
They have that in Jamaica?
She here. Yeah. She was talking about renting a car.
Oh, renting. Okay.
Yeah. Turo for renting a car. That's the only thing I use it for, to rent a car. Not to put a car on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why I said she trying.
Oh no, she was just asking because she's here locally.
She trying to. Yeah. Okay.
So Turo, unless she's thinking about getting a Turo for Essence graduation. Emma just texted me yesterday about a room. So.
Oh,
let's go. For a room. I said, okay.
Let's see.
Got you, boo. Yeah, that's what I figured. She said for graduation. Good morning, Queen Gem. How are you doing? Good morning to you. Yes, for graduation. That's what I was figuring. So that she'll be able to get to Greensboro. It's a 90-minute trip. And I'm sure she's going to have to pile them up because I'm sure some people trying to stay positive. Okay, Queen, you in the right place to be positive.
All right, Queen.
Or maybe not this topic.
You know we're going to spice it up for y'all now. Talking about these things.
Now, today's topic is it's okay to check your mate's phones. I don't know how positive this going to stay. But we're going to be on our best behavior.
She on it today.
Best behavior, okay?
We always on our best behavior. We just gotta talk about these things.
No. Before we said anything, I'm laughing because she said trying to stay positive,
Lord.
And I'm responding to her thing talking about, you in the right place for positivity. And then I said, but I don't know with this topic. Might get a little bit
this feisty topic
edgy, and you be like, wait a minute.
Oh, but we gonna stay positive. But hold up
now. No, but yeah. How you feeling? Why are you trying to stay positive and not staying positive? Are you having a bad day? Well, if you are, we come to lift you up, to let you know that there is grace for the space. So it's our responsibility to wake up and make today count by changing how we got up on whatever side of the bed or what was said, like allowing people to keep us in the right position so that we don't stand in the low vibration, but we stand in the higher regard. So it's hard to do. I mean, whether you're dealing with people in the cars or traffic, just life not working the way you expect it to work, but just get up and just think, listen, I got the power, I got the breath, and I'm going to make today count.
That's what you do, honey. Take the
and
power.
I know, and because Queen Gem, you're a mom of, is it 4? You have 4 kids? And so I know that's one of the things that have you feeling burnt out, especially in
life could make you child. I know,
especially in your season when they're younger like that, right? It is 4. Okay, I was just making sure. I've been trying to pay attention, make sure I know what I'm talking about. But yes, and I can. Ages 2 to 14. That's why you feel burnt out right now, Queen.
Honey.
That's why you feel burnt out. That's why I'm saying that. That's why I'm glad you're here tuning in. I know you have 365. You might want to start just opening it up to a page and pick that comment, that affirmation for the day, because kids can burn you out. You hear me? And because it's a catch-22, right? Because you have the responsibility, but then you still need to be full enough to deal. So I was even thinking about the time that I said the thing that kept me going is not even realizing that I have 4 kids under 4. When I think about it and think back, I'm like, oh my God, how did I do it? But it's because you was built for the ride. And those moments when you feel tired and you feel like you need rest, sometimes you just need to go sit in a room, put on some nice music or put on an inspirational something off of YouTube. And if only you take 15 minutes. Take 15 minutes to yourself just to refill yourself so that you can remember why you do, what you do it for, how you get to do it, how powerful you are, how special you are. I see you with your kids and they are lucky to have you. So I definitely want you to take the time to just sit in the gratitude of all that you do and don't rush everything. Everything doesn't have to get done today. That's what I had to tell myself. Everything doesn't have to get clean together. As long as they're breathing, they got stuff on. I don't have to do everything every day. And that was one of the things that burnt me out because I felt like everything had to be in place. Everybody had to be where they was. Like food, it was like a routine that can stress you out when you don't actually rest and being enough. So if there's stuff on the floor, leave it on the floor today. Pick it up tomorrow, but make sure you pour into you before you worry about the stuff outside of them having something to eat and something to drink and clothes on their back. Outside of you, just making sure they're not into stuff. You got to take a few minutes for you. So when you get them down, you feed them, you sit them up, go sit down for 5 minutes. Go sit down for 10 minutes. Put something in your ear, in your head, right? Put an earphone on. Think of encouragement so that you could be like, okay, I got this. I got this. You know what I mean? So those are good ways to help you push past the moment, right? Because one day now I'm looking back and like everybody's teenager, everybody's independent, everybody don't need you. And you get to remember the time. And so that seems like it's going slow in the time. But now when I'm looking back, I'm like, oh my God. I'm about to have a college graduate. I remember when she was in everything, sneaking around, getting red nail polish when she went with her daddy to the nail salon, right? I can remember the moments that seemed like they were going to be forever, and they're gone. They're like, it's beyond us now. So I just say, don't overstress, but take care of you first, because until you're full, you can't even pour nothing on them. So make sure that you don't feel guilty for saying, I need 15 minutes. If you go to your husband and say, listen, I need 30 minutes. Give me 30 minutes. Sometimes I get in the car and I go ride and sit in the car up the block somewhere and just sit in the car. And whether I'm listening to YouTube or listening to music or just talking to God because I'm mad at this point and I'm complaining, whatever it is, I try to take my time, if only for 30 minutes. It will give you a whole world of peace. Trust me. And I'm a mom of 5, so I know. I'm in the other stage, which is why I can tell you this too shall pass, my love. But you're doing an amazing job because I see you. Keep up the good work.
Aww.
Keep up the good work.
Come on, Apostle.
I had 3 under 3 on Saturday, and I'm still
3 under 3. Girl,
she was helping out. What you was babysitting? What you had some cousins over?
Saturday.
3 under 3.
3 under 3.
Mm.
So you was running around with them because they walking at this point, getting into everything.
Then you get, and then and like she said, the oldest is 14. So yeah, babysitting. Oh, you were babysitting. Oh, so you
3 under 3.
3 under 3.
All right
now, Auntie Ari. All right now, Auntie Ari. I see you.
Good morning, Author L.
Good morning, Author L. Queen Jem says, and I'm a preschool teacher.
Oh yeah, you needed a time out from the young ones.
Girl.
Yes.
And you a girl, but you listen, she a Leo too, so you know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is about us and kids, but we just be with them kids. It be what it be. I look over my life and I think that there has never been a time where I wasn't with some kids.
Not me. No.
I know. So it's like it's so my language.
Yeah, that's her
it's so my language.
So my language.
I had siblings. I got a niece at 16.
Yeah, then you
I got my first goddaughter at 19.
Yeah. You
right?
had them kids, girl.
Yeah,
you were surrounded by them kids.
I was always surrounded by kids and all the siblings and me being the second oldest. So when so Diamond and Emma, they were like little babies. I'm taking them to daycare, Emma, right? And then going on the bus. So it's like,
yeah, girl.
And I used to say,
you that mommy figure, girl.
I get it. When I did the little part-time job with the what is it called? The Red Cross. Mm-hmm. Even the older people in there was like, okay, here come Mama P. I must got a mama energy. They be like, oh God, here come Mama P. I be like, you don't got to take that. I'll be sitting there talking to the supervisor for everybody. They say, what do you say?
That is Mama P, honey.
They be trying to listen, you can't tell grown people what to do. I had a little nasty supervisor, and they was like, you're being insubordinate. I said, no, I'm being grown as hell. You call being grown as hell subordinate? Who is you talking to?
Around here. We grown adults ain't we. What am supposed to bow down to you because we had a job?
Telling me I can't do a crossover puzzle when I got nothing to do. Who you think you is? You ain't my mama. You ain't my daddy. Then I was on my quiz. Mine's got 3 jobs. I was done. They was all crying when I left too. I was like, I'm out of here.
I gotta take this. My husband got 3 jobs.
No, but then they grew into knowing that I'm gonna speak up for myself. And I'm interviewing you. You're not interviewing me. Yeah, so when they tried to hire me on full time, I was
help your company make more money.
Right.
Okay.
When they tried to hire me on full time, I was like, no, I don't want to be here. This is not what I want to do. This was just what is this? This was just seasonal work.
Reverse it.
Seasonal work. And then all the little people
when I don't, I'm gonna be locked in.
I felt so bad that all the people that was working with me was all crying when I was leaving, and I did a sleepover. I just said, "What grown people has a sleepover at the house?" So I did like a little
job
for a seasonal job. So I came and I'm always encouraging, and I put some food out, and we did a sleepover. It was so hilarious.
It's people, places, and things.
Here I am in my 30s.
People, and it's always the older people that you.
I'm always with the older people.
I
don't know what that is. I have an old soul, I guess. Well, I'm in the middle.
Have an old soul.
Oh man, 1, 2, and 5 months. Who kids was you watching? Somebody was they somebody else kids or was somebody just like shoot? I started late. I had to get them out. That's a late starting person, right?
Or 2 people drop off.
A 1-year-old, 2-year-old, and a 5-month-old. What is it? Sisters went out. Friends went out, or one person who just
bring them over here.
That's a queen that needed a break if she had 3 kids at 3.
Hey, Gamisha's here. Queen Jem is here. Look at Ari. She babysit them kids. 1, 2, and 5 months.
Yes, it is. Having the kids is an opportunity to love and mold your future. It's absolutely that part. I was just telling Chef Ron yesterday when we talk about being able to go back, we can't go back and change anything. But what we can do is change the trajectory of our children's life. And so to be transparent with your kids is to give them a cheat sheet to life. And so you can't go back and live your high school days over or go to class or pay attention at this level. You can't do that. Say, I'm going to save myself. I ain't going to sleep with the first Tom, Dick, and Harry that make me feel like I'm somebody. Like all of those things that you may have told yourself that if you could go back, you would do it different. You have the opportunity every time you're in the presence of a child. You can encourage them and inspire them to not make the same mistakes you made by, first of all, being transparent, because then you would have to expose yourself in order for you to be validated enough to give them some guidance, right? Otherwise, they just think it's advice. You're adding vices to them because just don't do this and don't do this and don't do this, instead of saying, this is why you shouldn't do this. Because when I did this, I thought I could, and this is what happened. When I didn't go to class and get on my things, I missed the opportunity to go D1. When I need you to tell them how you messed up, why they need to listen, because if you could go back, you would do this different. They don't understand that with you just giving advice without exposing yourself. That's what transparency is all about. And as I say, parent is in transparent. So if you want to make the difference, you do it by being honest with our kids today.
That part.
You know?
Go get, when they say
you can't do it?
You know I'm not scroll that thing.
Girl.
She said, I'm the oldest. I helped raise my siblings to have kids.
To love kids. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you love kids and you help. Okay.
See, and I'm the second oldest. And at times it felt like you know? So I understand, honey.
Yeah.
And then you end up with kids. I was like, I'm not having no kids because when I get adult, I'm going to have my whole life.
When you around a lot of kids, you want to have a lot of kids, but that's what you used to. You used to.
She's talking about you were spoiling them babies.
You were spoiling them babies. Our Faye was like, what you done did to this child?
Listen, let me explain something to you. Listen.
Like, he grabbing on your leg. What you do to this boy? Mama precious.
Listen. I ain't even gonna lie.
She
remember
mothered them babies.
I remember Gerard was like, girl, I've never met somebody with 5 kids that are all spoiled. Like, how can you have 5 kids that are spoiled? And I don't think it's spoiled. It's just everybody gets seen individual. I think I have a lot of love. That's what I think it is. I think I am love. You are. To the detriment of myself sometimes.
Jay, so I think some pressure.
Oh my God, I don't know. And then he be running and get and I'm not and I be very serious with them too. So I'm check them love. And it's I don't know what it is, but
it's love. It could be just love. Or discipline love. It's all love.
Yeah, it's all love.
It's like, I don't even want you to be mad at me, and I'm when you're telling me what I'm doing wrong, and it's like you take it to heart because it's like, ugh.
But yeah, I think we got that jug that I love. But God was equipping us for who we was.
Yeah, being seen. I think y'all do a great job at just seeing the children. Letting them know I see you. Yeah.
And I think and we was intentional in that. Because I was like, I want to make sure that they know that they can be seen. I want to make sure that they have a voice before we put them in the world. And then we're like, you can't handle nothing because what? You never practiced that. Seen and I heard. I want to say sorry. Sorry was one of the things that parents don't use, which keep us wounded. I have to say sorry. So when I'm wrong, when it comes to them, I apologize. So I'm telling you that I'm not perfect. I'm learning as I go. And a major word, I get triggered, right? And so my triggers allow me to pop off sometimes with my mouth, and I have to go back because something else happened that made me jump to that conclusion, right? And I have to apologize because I realize that you don't need that energy. It ain't your fault. My past ain't your fault. So how I expose myself to you is how you gonna receive me, how you gonna respect me. So sometimes I can lose it with my mouth and I have to go back and say, I am so sorry. I did not mean to offend you like that. I did not mean to do that. And so I think that's one of the things that help our relationships grow too, is because You could be vulnerable with your truth. Ari says it's a couple. They have 4, but their oldest is 12. I volunteered because I knew they needed a break. Oh, shout out to you, Ari. That part. That part.
Oh, wow.
That makes a difference when you got kids, for somebody to see you and be like, I see what y'all doing. Y'all need a break. Let me get the kids from y'all. Go get a break. Yes.
For y'all to get a break. Because I know that's going to mean so much. That's cool.
I remember a time Saquon had came down and we was living in the 3-floor townhouse off of off of South Tryon. And it was our anniversary that time. And normally, you know, when we had our kids was always home. I was always home with the kids. Let's just say that. And then I was overprotective, so I really didn't want to go nowhere and leave them anyhow. But Saquon had came down, it was all 5 of them, and she was like, how about y'all go out and celebrate your anniversary and take some time, and I'm going to cook, and we're going to make desserts, and we're going to make little stuff. And she came to the house, and, you know, kids like to cook, and I ain't that person to do all that. I know me, I'm like, so, but like Saquon and Starnum, they'll be like making gingerbread houses and doing all that. I just never been my thing. I go other ways. But she came and was like, we're going to cook together. We're going to make desserts together, all that. And then me and Chef Ron went out. And I always remember that because I think it's important when people come and be like, you know what, you need a break. I can see, I know how hard it is, and I got one. So I could imagine all of you. So for the moments when people like, can I give you a break?
Yes.
I appreciate it, you know? So that part, Ari, you know, pay attention to your friends, your strong friends. Sometimes they too could use a break. And just because they doing it don't mean that they don't need a rest, right? And so being able to have somebody to say, good job, I see what you're doing. Let me help you out. Let me treat yourself. Go out for a day. Go get your nails done. Go get a massage. Just go sit down when you don't have nothing to do. Just go in the room, get a staycation, right? I love Rondell. Chef Ron will do that for me sometimes. I'll be like, oh my God, he'll just get a room in town and then be like, all right, you just be in the room, right? And so we realize that now, especially when we're doing the I Choose Me, is teaching women to take the time to take care of you first. It's not, you don't have to have no guilt in that. You're doing a million things. No need to have guilt. Say, I choose me. No more excuses. I'm going to go sit down and fill me up and I will be back. But if I don't leave, I may not come back, right? I might not be able to come back from that last thing. But detaching to refill, to stand still and then come back, it just makes you a better person, a better wife, a better friend, a better mom, a better employee. All of those things get better when you take care of you, and that's the point. You want to read that?
What the L says, I had a rough weekend taking care of somebody else's man-child, 56 years old.
I'm so sick of her.
I'm still trying to recover from the weekend, girl.
Not she taking care of somebody's man-child. You know what? You is a trip.
I can't.
You got a grown child. I'm done with what the L.
Honey. Queen Jim said, I was just telling my husband this. I'll get me after I'm done child rearing.
No, you can't.
You got to do it in the midst of you rearing those children.
You have to do it simultaneously.
Wait.
Yes,
that's too many years going by from 12 to 2.
You cannot. Take it from me. You cannot do that to yourself because you have to be actively refilling. You can't wait to get to the end because then you'll be feeding them on E. And you know them fumes. Them fumes is what kills you, right? So I'm trying to tell you, right? When you them fumes that kills you. So you cannot postpone your wellness.
Don't postpone you.
Wellness cannot be postponed. It must be in the moment. It must be simultaneous. That's why God says to renew your mind daily, because that's what wellness look like. I am wealthy. I am thy well. That means I have dug deep. There is water that flows out of me. So that means your reservoir gotta be clean and pure. And the pure your water, your reservoir inside can be, the better when you pour out how quick. It's like that. What are they? Rondell TV B12 that speed up the growth of the plant, the seeds. So yeah, you definitely can't put off till you're done with a child rearing. Now the trips can be different, but that's it. You got to take time for you. Yes, we
Yeah.
are very nurturing. Very,
Yeah.
very nurturing.
She was telling Ari that's so sweet. She
Mhm.
babysitted for the couple.
That's so cute. I'm next to the youngest knee child and have my nieces, nephews, cousins, and neighbors from 8 years. Lord have mercy. Oh, yes, honey.
Mm. Wow.
It's been good and trained, mama. She was just tired. Look, she was like, oh, no, I'm over it. Now, I'm over it.
Wow.
But that's what happens. You either going to be tooled up to go the extra mile, or you just gonna be tired and exhausted. It can work either way. The question is, how does it sit with you?
Mm-hmm.
They definitely keep me motivated. I'm telling you, don't they? The kids keep you motivated. It keep you going. It keep you knowing. It keep you believing. You lead by example. If you don't admit when you're wrong, they'll develop the skill to admit the truth unnecessarily, period.
Mm-hmm.
And I had that skill. I've been working on it in my marriage. Like, listen. Okay, calm down. You right.
Sure.
But it's hard because you're like, wait a minute. But wait, I'm still arguing my side. So it's hard to tell somebody they're right when you like, wait a minute.
But let me.
All the evidence ain't there yet. Let me finish saying how I feel. Like, we ain't talking about your feelings. We talking about facts. Okay. No, we talking about my feelings. Them facts don't matter. I'm thinking of hiring a nanny. I don't have any outlets. Oh, I think a nanny would be very good for you. Honey, if you can do it, do it. Okay. If you can afford to hire a nanny, I would definitely, and especially since you're used to doing all of, just do it a couple of hours a day. So it gives you time to tap into you so that you have what you need for them. So I think that would be an awesome thing if you're able to do that.
Try it out.
Just to give yourself a little bit of a break. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Queen. Good morning. Good morning to you. I'm chirping. Ooh, 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 ooh. Just planting that seed when it's my turn. I know to look to them when I need a sitter. Girl, don't do that because you're going to be mad.
Don't be doing something just
look. Because that's how people get in their feelings. I'm glad I spoke to this. You. Okay?
Don't do it for a certain reason. Do it because now.
Girl, because that's what had me pissed off right there. I can tell you stories of falling out with people
when you think
siblings and stuff. Because it's like, listen, I done helped you. I need help.
When it's my turn, I'm expecting you gonna consider all the things I done,
and they don't consider it because
it don't reciprocate. Right. You all hurt us.
So, girl,
so don't do it for that.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Right now, I'm tired. I can't be nobody babysitter. I done been babysitting 20-some years. So you think they come and listen. I'm going in. I hope my kids can help your kids. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm better than me.
My kids can help some kids, but me, I'm retiring. That's why I'm retiring from parenting when my plans need plans. So hopefully,
I had 2 and that was it. Jalen, lucky to be here.
Hopefully, by the time
I had 1 and that was it. 30 years old, trying to tie some twos and just had Sierra. Got pregnant at 30. Doctor said, I'll tie him in 9 months. I was like, what you talking about? Don't bring them kids over here. I was done.
Listen, I'm graduating to Grandma P soon. I'm going to be in about the next 4 to 5 years. I'll be in the G-Ma crew. G-Ma crew.
Honey.
G-Ma crew. You're here. Oh, thank you. Listen.
Look.
This ain't nothing but a cap.
No.
But it just got these little frills on it. My head is just in a bun, and this is just over my head. So thank you now.
Look.
It's giving tea time. Ain't it giving tea time?
Yes, it is. With the
I feel like I should have a squanch? What they call it? A squanch? A squanch? We got a but they use a squanch. I feel like I should be like this.
That part. A crumpet?
A crumpet. We need to go to London.
Girl, we supposed to have our cupcake.
We were supposed to have our cupcake and coffee. It was supposed to be coffee and cupcakes. Kia made some cupcakes and they was actually good. I ate 2 yesterday on my Sabbath. And I said I deserve it because it was my Sabbath, so I ate 2 cupcakes. Look, Lord, pray for me.
Somebody got to eat them, honey. Please.
Pray for me, y'all. Love those earrings, Kia.
Thank you.
Is this the one we should make?
You know I wear every color I lost my black one.
Misha made some. Her sister made these beautiful earrings. You remember when we was
Crochet
wearing all the
earrings.
crochet? I was just looking at some green
Yeah,
pants.
and they so
Honey, we used to be in them things.
Thank you, Melissa. I'm working on getting an apartment of my own to get breaks and send them to Dad's house when I need to.
That part, because it's hard to get breaks. My bestie had me cracking
in the same
up.
house, you ain't lying.
My bestie had me cracking up because she said, "Oh, it hit different when you're married and co-parenting, right? Because before, when she was co-parenting, you know, your son, you know, he gets to go away on the weekends and they share weekends." She said, "Oh, girl, this in-house family thing hit different. Ain't no breaks, honey. We here 24/7. You better know it. You better know it, honey.
You better get that break and let go.
There's no guarantee
It's
2
a whole
breaks a
nother
week.
location,
That
honey.
part. So I was cracking up. I said, "Oh yeah, that full-time hit different." You thought.
And
You
the
find
way
out.
these prices of these apartments set up, honey,
But we was cracking up.
is equivalent to the nanny. So either
Just thinking about the brighter side of things, right? What the things we complain about, and then we get into the season, we be like, well, maybe that's what God needed you to have at the time, a break every other week. It was more about you, girl.
honey, I don't understand it.
Yes, that's what Mommy was saying back when I was saying, do not wait or you will harm the children. Do not wait to get your breaks. I get breaks. I go to craft classes and shop in that part. I be seeing you.
Okay.
With your line, God is Gucci. I just wore that t-shirt the other day. I made her, she had a line, God is Gucci. So I made some t-shirts and some masks and bling, but it was like God is Gucci or
God
different. Thank you.
That's what I be talking about. Ooh.
I'm talking about the kids, not the parents. Oh, okay. You saying the kids gonna owe you.
I cannot. Them kids gonna be babysitting.
Yes, and they will. Especially if you was nice to them when you babysit them, they gonna be like, oh,
yeah, they gonna remember.
They gonna love you, and they gonna want to help you.
Anything for you, Auntie Irene.
I love you.
They gonna be calling you. Do they call
you? Gave me
Auntie
all the
Irene?
ice cream I wanted.
Well, 1, 2, and 5 months. So yeah.
And that's the best time to spoil people kids when you can send them back.
Other one just saying that.
You giving them all kind of little lady in here, be like, can I have this sugar, this sugar, this sugar? You can have all the sugar you want, but I'll be looking at me like, I'll be like,
and go home wired up.
Why should I have to say no?
Honey, see,
I get to be Auntie. I don't have to say no. This is the fun part.
She get the sugar at your house and the cereal at mine.
That part.
And
she just look around looking for chips and
chips at my house.
That's it.
Oh.
She said, I'm available for nannying if you're in the Charlotte area, registered behavior technician with a concentration in children with ASD. Okay,
let them know. Irene, did y'all hear Irene Kabisha?
But she too far for Irene.
Where's she at?
She said thanks and in Nashville.
Oh, dang. She ain't in Charlotte?
She's not in Charlotte. We would have been seen if she was in Charlotte. But I'm doing an advancement. By August, I'm gonna have a live event, and so I'm gonna start working on it in the next month. So perhaps you could come in town in Charlotte because I'll be doing my first annual soul tour. So this will be the year from the day I became apostle. So I'm gonna do a free event too, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to worry about getting here, but the event will be free.
She said, "Yay." Thanks for the advice, Queen.
Okay, girl.
You are welcome.
We love to give guidance.
What Arfae said, that's BS. Them kids be living their lives. What would you done? They said, no, ma'am.
What kids be living their lives?
Them kids be living their lives.
I'll be there. I want to go to
the beach for my birthday.
To the beach for my birthday in August. Yes, honey.
Okay. So she gonna let you know the date.
I'm gonna let you know the date.
So you could definitely be.
No, actually, it's gonna be on August 6th. So it'll be my birthday again.
Your birthday, yeah.
It'll land on a Sunday, so you can go to the beach and then come here for your refill on that Sunday. So the location will be put out in the few, but it's definitely gonna be on actually my birthday on a Sunday. Definitely. So that's how I'm celebrating my birthdays.
So now we gonna get into this hot topic today. 34 in the hour. Drum rolls, please. What is the topic of the day, P?
The topic is, do you think it's okay to check your spouse's phone, your mate's phone? Do you think it's okay to check your mate's phone? Don't you worry about it, mommy, because that event that I do will definitely be virtual as well. Okay. So you will have an opportunity to experience the virtual phenomenon as it will be. Because, oh my God, I see it all. And y'all not ready
There you go.
for a show. Become Your Magic. What the F is your mustard seed show? Y'all not ready.
What he said? Bro, talking about hell nah. Why y'all in there doing that? You mean checking the phone?
Of course.
That's what he's talking about. Like, why y'all saying?
No,
don't
you asked the question. That's the only time he had a comment. He's been on this whole time and we're just waiting to bring the smoke.
I know, Ron, you was waiting. I was like, let's get to this topic.
Listen, he had me and my daily.
Hell yeah.
Me and Nakia yesterday called us with some question. That's a good question. That has been an active question on Clubhouse when we did that. That was a rowdy topic, that Clubhouse.
Do you really have a problem with people checking their phone?
Only when they doing something wrong.
Yeah, like what's wrong with that? But
I guess you was saying that
but if you find something that could crush your soul, are you prepared to do what's next?
Right, because how many people read to get the phone?
You look and you shall find.
And then you still sitting there looking stupid.
You arguing and fussing because you hurt, but the question is, what you gonna do now? You leaving or you staying? You look and see what you didn't want to see. So where we doing now? It don't matter. What you doing? You staying or you just fussing?
Ari says no. If and when they get hurt, they'll make it their mission to come to you as a woman. But if you find something that they could crush your soul, are you prepared? And she's saying, no, they're not prepared for what's next. Mm-hmm. Okay. If and when they get hurt, they'll make it their mission to come to you as a woman. Oh, yeah, because that's the point. Mm-hmm. Once they look in the phone, you won't know they looked in the phone if it was something that they didn't want to see, because they coming to you. I don't know how woman it is, but it's definitely going to be coming.
I mean, yeah.
We like kids in our phones, showing each other clips and commenting on each other posts. So I know he is fully committed.
We're like kids on our phones, showing each other stuff that, I'm watching. So yeah, other posts and stuff. So shit, if you come out the thing I'm showing you and you start going to other shit, then I don't have a problem with it, because I don't have nothing. I think it's only a problem if she's not looking. Stuff.
Yeah, she said on. I'm not looking. She said, so I'm not looking. I ain't looking. So why put that on yourself? What you don't know will never hurt you.
Of course, what you don't know won't hurt you.
Oh, that's a damn lie. That is a damn lie. People get AIDS every day, and they didn't know that their mate was messing with somebody else, and it hurt them. People call somebody, them women or men, because like we said, he said it ain't just women. Okay, it is men. No, we looking through phones too, because I was just looking at a Dear Wifey podcast where the wife, it was 17 years, and the husband must have caught her on the phone. He got the phone records. I mean, he was detailed. He was like, yeah, she was on the phone for 90 minutes from 6 a.m. when I was on my way back out of town. So he was breaking down. So yes, men are this. It ain't no women to men ratio. Where was that thing at? We just said right there. Oh, you okay? You scrolled. So she said, so I'm not looking. So why put on yourself? So now we have Mama Faye.
Mm-hmm. She said, I'm not going through all that. I should be able to talk to you about anything. We don't need to be together if I have to be checking behind you. I don't want to have to check behind you.
That sounds good, though.
I don't want to have to check behind you either, but if something is making me feel like I need to check the phone, it shouldn't be a problem when I go through the phone. And if that inkling, that's your guts, trust your instincts and all of that stuff, it's something is telling you something ain't right, or you need to see something. You don't get that feeling for nothing.
She said, we don't need to be together if I need to be checking behind you. Listen, what they say when you about to beat the kid, it's gonna hurt me.
It's gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you. And that's a fact. So you already know.
So it is what it is. It's gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you. But hey,
because obviously it ain't hurting you because you doing it.
How is
it ain't hurting you.
No.
And you ain't sorry. So don't even say sorry. I just got caught and now you know what I was saying and doing in my phone.
That shit, she said that shit could kill you. You being the person that read it or you being the person that got the phone?
Both of y'all. It just depends on the
person. Who gonna die?
Either the person who found out or the person who phoned it. Depending on the person.
Who gonna die? Who gonna die? Who is it gonna kill?
Nobody died today.
So we gonna die today. If I die mentally, you gonna die physically.
You know people crazy. You know the level of crazy to hit.
What's done in the dark.
What's done in that dark. I have seen same things. I have seen some things from a coworker, but it was completely innocent talking about work and coworkers.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Innocent is.
Honey. Period, Mama Faye.
Oh yeah, he all with it if she ain't gonna go through the phone.
Yeah, she said I ain't going through nobody's phone.
Sometimes you do get a feeling that ain't true.
I mean, yeah, so both. I ain't gonna know unless I go through the phone and verify the feeling. I want it to not be true.
Right.
But not to say I'm not gonna trust my instincts again.
Yeah.
Because okay, it wasn't true or he erased it.
Not okay, it wasn't true. Do you go back and be like, you know what? I was feeling a little ways. And so I checked your phone, but I'm glad to know that you have been on your best behavior.
Or do you even
do you go back and say, right. If you see something bad, he gonna know it. But if you don't see nothing, do he know that too?
Right.
Do you go humbly?
No, because you sneaking and doing it, not like you.
Right. You don't want him to know.
I'm just like, let me see your phone, or I'll grab your phone off the couch or something, and it's like, he like, what you doing? And I'm like, oh no, I'm just.
Yeah, I guess that would make you suspicious if you like grab the phone and they like, see, I guess I wouldn't be suspicious because I have the code. Like he will leave his phone, forget his phone, and come back. So I think it really be like if you're very suspicious with your phone. There were some people that I know that would not even bring their phone in, remove their batteries.
Oh Lord, now yeah,
just be doing crazy stuff. Now for me,
what is all of that about?
With me, I would be like, what's going on here, right? So it's like there are. We had a whole topic. One of my girlfriends that called me, and I mean, we was talking to them. Their whole thing, it was like because it was a topic is, do your spouse know your how to your code? And I'm saying outside of you, if you ain't got nothing to hide, that's one thing. But how do you be the significant other? And something happens, and it's like I can't get in my husband's phone or my wife's phone. That is just crazy to me. I said that's a whole nother level that we have to unpack because outside of you talking about private,
I don't want to butt down nobody. That's why I got a code.
But it's not to keep you out.
Keep you out of my phone.
Do your mate have the code to your phone, and do you have the code to your mate's phone? That's a different question too, right? Because then if you have access, it won't make you even think that something is wrong. It's the denial of access that make you be like, what's going on here, right? That's the thing that raises.
It's kind of like knowing the PIN number to their card.
Yeah,
like it's an access code.
Oh, wait, I don't think we read that. Gut checks don't bounce, but I got to hear it from him. I can't go through the phone. I would rather let him know I have this feeling. And I think that's how it starts. If I'm going to be honest, it starts with the feeling we saying.
Like, why do I don't want to feel this way? So I need to let you know how I'm feeling because I don't want to have this feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's definitely something you're going to tell first.
Yeah.
Or second or whatever, but you're gonna let them know I got this feeling.
I think it starts with like a feeling before you acting like a little crazy.
Yeah,
you start looking into stuff.
Yeah, you got this feeling. Queen Jim said, "Oh, sorry.
No.
I know. I see the comments. I'm trying to get ahead of it. Mm-hmm. You will know if they hiding something. They will act different.
Eventually, even hide you near their phone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
And
You
y'all
would go
gonna
off
act
at energy.
differently
If you're
whenever you
acting
get near that
weird, if I'm like looking over your, what you
why
doing?
is you so?
I wasn't even thinking about it. Why are you reacting?
But
So
now
I think
that
it's
you
different.
acting like that, hold
Yeah.
up.
I mean, it's like a kid. If you walk in a room and they jump, you like,
Yeah,
what you touching? What you in?
What you looking on
What you
suspicious
doing?
for?
What you over here doing? And
What you over here doing?
energy is
The
energy. It don't
energy.
change.
See, it's the energy for me.
If your energy is off, I'm like, what's going on? It don't feel
What
right.
you so jittery for?
And if they hiding something in their phone, you think they're gonna be like, yeah, you know what? You are right in your feelings. I just met this girl yesterday and we exchanged numbers. We've been talking overnight. Who the freak gonna say that? This whole, I'm gonna go to you. You didn't come home and say, I met a girl yesterday and we exchanged numbers. We've been talking. So you expect somebody to say we communicate. Well, that is idealistic. But if y'all was communicating, nobody would have to sneak and try to figure out what they don't understand, because what is explained is understood. So if I'm trying to find clues, it's because the person that you're with is not being honest enough for you to get anything out of them. So now why does people search for clues? Why do you go in your kid's room and look in the drawer? Mm-hmm. Because you like, they ain't acting right. What you got going on? And I'm not saying that your mate is your kid. I'm just saying that's just the instinct that you have when you feel like you're checking behind somebody. It's some sense of something ain't right. So I think that we got to address why you're even looking, because nobody's just going to start looking. It started from somewhere. Something's happening. Something went wrong.
Ari, am I qualifying this feeling by something I've experienced before?
Period.
Yes, Ari.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Ron, you said I ain't explaining nothing about my phone. Go through it if you want to. All right. You go through it if you want
to. And I guess that's his alter ego talking.
Of course.
That's surely go through it if you want to.
Go through it if you want to. You gotta be bold if you're gonna keep it in there.
You gotta be bold.
You gotta be bold.
Folks should have protection on their screens. That's too much extra P.
What? They should have protection on their screens.
Oh, what you mean?
Codes.
Codes are for.
They shouldn't have protection. You mean they shouldn't?
Folks should have protection on their screens. That's too much extra P. What you mean? Looking over if you walk? What do you mean? Codes are for husbands and wives dating you. Don't have to.
No, he's saying the codes are for husbands and wives. Dating, you don't have. You don't have.
Oh
to.
Yeah, for sure.
If you dating, you don't have to. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why I say, first of all, my whole thing is
because if we're dating, I'm out of it. It's so much easier to walk away too.
To do what I want to do. I'm not married to you like for a lifetime. So when we're dating, I'm seeing if this is where I want to be for my lifetime. You don't have them same privileges like a husband. So until I make the next committed level of marriage, now it's a little different too.
Yeah.
But not no dating. Oh no.
Queen Gem says, I know my husband's password. It's locked for kids to not see things. And for if you lose it, nobody can see things. It's confidential to lock it. That part.
Absolutely.
And I think everybody should have a lock code. But do you know
people and stuff?
Do you know the your mate's lock code?
Because I really don't know the code to my husband's phone.
Right.
They know they don't know the thing to mine. But you know,
yeah, because I said if it was, if it was a case of emergency,
but I need to know the code.
Yes, because even one of our cousins, when her husband had passed, it was like she had the phone. She had to try to get into the phone, but she was carrying it because people was calling him, right? Because he passed unexpectedly. Nobody was expecting it. But I'm still just saying, there's no access. Yeah, you don't know what tomorrow brings. So if something happens, you can't even get into his phone. Yeah, that's crazy. That's your husband. That ain't your boyfriend. That ain't your girlfriend. That is your life partner. Y'all make big decisions. So not having that is like people's whole lifeline is in their phone.
You leave that phone home, you ain't lying. You turn them around.
You coming back for it because you can't even exist without it. So I think that that's important. Right.
Melissa says, I agree with Kia. It is okay to check the phone based on your intuition.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's okay to be a regular phone checker on a nightly or weekly basis. This is invasive. I've been with Nate 15 years and I've checked his phone 2 to 3 times. Every time mattered. We worked through it all, but even after that, I don't feel a need to check it. My gut just told me something was up based on his behavior. Absolutely, because I was telling that to Chef Ron yesterday. I've checked Byron's phone back in the day, like, you know, something happened. He made me feel uncomfortable. You know, he got baby mamas and all that. But, you know, after I did, we had an issue. I seen something I ain't like, and we dealt with that issue. And ever since then, I said to myself, I ain't even checking your phone. I mean, I did it after the incident. And then it was like, okay, I don't really see nothing that's making me, okay, well, you know what? I'm done. I ain't even, from this point on, I ain't even going to check his phone no more. And I never did.
Everything is what you were saying. I got you, boo.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yes, and I'm agreeing. I only would check the phone if I felt a need to check the phone. I'm like, oh, you can leave.
Yeah.
And if I feel something is up, I'm going to check it. And I'm going to check it. And then I'm going to address you. So you're going to know I checked it. And then you're going to explain to me what I'm misunderstanding.
And this is the thing, too. If I have your phone for a reason, I'm going to just go and I'm going to look through it. And if you say something to me now, it's like, what's the problem? Like, look at this, what this saying. I'm going to check it. And now I'm still got your phone. You standing here with me. And I just want to see if you're going to have a reaction, maybe. You know, but if you good with it and you just sitting down playing the game, I'm like, okay, good, and I'll throw it back on the couch. Yeah. But I'm not really looking at that. And I'm just phone, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm like what Melissa, it's not an everyday occurrence. It might be once in a blue moon or something happened when you check the phone. That's all I'm saying. Even when a topic came up, it's like, but what made that come to pass? Like, you don't just go check nobody's phone. Something happened. Maybe you're still like Ari was just saying, maybe you're still holding on to some old stuff. And so that means something got broken. And I want people to understand that when you break somebody, it's your job to fix them. Mm-hmm. So if you're saying nothing ever happened and they checking your phone, then that's a whole nother case. And that's some past stuff that is being put on you, so they haven't forgiven and they putting their trauma on you. That's one thing. But if you did something before and you're like, well, I've been good for the last such and such, and so something doesn't feel right, and if they looking in the phone, you can't feel offended because you understand that you broke them. You made them feel the urge to check behind you because at some point you lied about something that got them feeling like, I can't trust what you're saying. So if you unconsciously made a mistake and you're moving forward, then in order to build trust, would to give access. So to feel offended after you offended somebody would be nerve. Now, if they are just FBI agent, and you, soon as y'all dating, you like, this heifer, I got cameras in my house and she looking at my drawers and we don't even know each other like that. That's a little bit crazy. But if somebody is all in with you and committed to you and going with you and they have the need to do that, and you know that some point, whether it's a girl or the guy, because like I said, it's even on both sides these days. Ain't nothing one-sided no more. Even if that is the case, the person who wounded the person gonna have to eat that. And if you want to be with that person, then you're gonna have to deal with the insecurity that you created until they no longer feel like they gotta check behind you. That's on you. And the question is, do you want to build the trust back up?
Because once trust is gone, it's hard to get it back, and it could be years.
It doesn't let us edit what we post. Hey, Queens. Hello.
Good morning, Jacob.
Oh, the topic is it okay for your mate?
Go in your significant other's phone.
Is it okay to go into your mate's phone?
Yeah.
I don't go through my kids' stuff either. No,
yeah,
but
I don't.
I think you would if something was weird.
Issue, yeah, that's gonna same thing.
If something is weird, and
checking the room because we had an issue going on, and now I'm like, what the hell you be doing in here? What's up in here?
Right,
got this door closed all the time.
Right.
All right.
If your kid come in with the red eye, you're gonna be like, I'm about to look around, see there's some weird in the room. What y'all doing? You look a little drunk. I want to find out if you got a the bed. What you check because something isn't right.
Making you check that part.
My gut is telling me something ain't right.
Talk about it's not intuition or gut, it's insecurities.
Mm-hmm. That's the part. And that's what I'm saying.
It creates an insecurity.
But what does
my
insecurity
gut
mean?
and intuition tells me to do something now, and I see it now, I am insecure.
Yeah. And you understand what insecurity means, that I'm going to secure my inside. That's right. That's what insecurities mean. That means
And
I'm securing my insides. Something in me feels off. I have one job, and that is to protect me at all costs. So insecure means that inside there's a security breach that happens. So because I'm now insecure, that means the security that was on the inside no longer exists. Now I got these feelings that make me check for myself so that I can protect myself. So yeah, it's not intuition, it's insecurity. It's the secureness that's no longer inside. So I had to fix it.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that.
So we could go with insecurity.
That's
That word means something.
Yeah,
Insecure. The security inside me is going to protect me now because I don't trust what the security on side outside doing. I got to protect me. So my intuition is the insecurity that brings a red flag for me to do my due diligence because I have to take care of me. And when everybody else is gone, you left by yourself. You came in by yourself, you're going to go by yourself. You got to take care of yourself.
Because Melissa said, I'm about to be checking Sophie's iPad today because she's been acting off the last few days. The last time I checked it, I found some serious stuff that showed me she was dealing with anxiety. Because of that iPad check, we were able to get her in with a great counselor right away. She loves it, and it's helped a lot. But it wasn't something she wanted to come to us with. I believe in checking phones and devices when your intuition speaks to you to check it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Because that's the hard conversation that people don't want to have. That's why it's like
that could be checked sooner than later to get something resolved. That if you waited too long, Lord knows what would have happened, right? So,
and then it allows vulnerability to have the hard conversations because maybe what you checked is not as serious, but it's something that you could have talked about. And so because you're not talking about it, you got a energy around it that might be a low vibration that makes it seem like something wrong because of that insecurity in the person who actually has the phone and is dealing, right? So when you check it and you make room for the conversation, you can grow, your mate can grow because maybe it's not what you think it is, right? But that's what having real communication is, being vulnerable.
Queen Jim says, or so you won't be pocket dialing video calling on accident, might being bumping and grinding. Honey, you ain't lying because I don't need nobody. Your foot hit the phone and now y'all
come on now.
The
conversations that I have heard from a butt down, honey.
That part.
That's that's another topic.
That part.
But them butt downs will let you know, and it'll get you. What the hell? What the hell going on?
Hello, wait.
You meant to call me?
Hold up. Baby, what you say? Oh. You'll be like, ooh, you don't want to hang up. You'll be like, oh, they butt down.
Oh, they butt down, but you ain't listening. You want to know what they say. What they got to say. Is my name going to come up?
Put them
because the Lord let them dial me, so He must want me to hear.
Out of all the numbers in this phone is down mine. Lord, I'm supposed to hear this juicy conversation.
Somebody called me the other day, was like, did you butt down somebody? But I was like, girl, ain't nobody butt down you on purpose, girl. Girl. People that act like they're married, too much privilege to someone that can leave you the next second. Correct. That's right. Man. My wife has my code for access, not to snoop through my texts or emails.
That's access.
That part. And you know what? And like I said, no, it won't be no snooping.
That part.
Unless I ask you first, and I'm like, I don't believe your answer. Then I have to find out for myself. That's called due diligence.
What, Jacob?
Checking my phone sounds like a lot of insecurities.
Checking
oh my.
Checking phone sound like a lot of insecurities going on. What you say, Jacob?
Oh my.
Thanks for the stars, Yvette.
But I think that's the point that we're talking about. We're talking about that is why people do that, right?
Hold up.
What, you meant something? We meant something?
Wait.
Did we miss something?
Queen Jim is an Anderson and Jacob is an Anderson. So Queen Jim said, Jacob, are we related? Jacob Anderson the second. Are we related?
He says, I have never checked anyone's phone. To me, it's not that deep. Well, yeah. So that's why I said there are some people who have never done it. There's some people who have done it before. Like I said, it could be men, it could be women. But right, it's not that deep. And that is excellent. That means there was no reason for you to feel like you had to double check. Because you were when you're all in, what you about to say?
No, finish the point.
No, I was just about to say, when you're all in, you may treat things a little differently because of how you protect yourself. I really think so.
That part.
And knowing it's making a difference.
So the question I wanted to ask, I'm saying, so if you're not the type of person that will check a phone, but you have a gut or maybe insecurity or whatever that's telling you something, how do you go about, you might not check the phone, but what do you do?
What do you do? That's a good question.
Because some people check the phone.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe that's, each person is different. So I know a lot of stuff is in the phone and I want to see if there's a secret conversation. I want to see if there's a picture. I want to see. I
want to see who in their DMs. I mean, there's been a lot of arguments.
So it's like, you ain't that person.
Yeah.
But what would you do? Is maybe you're not the phone checker. Or we just gonna have a conversation. So that's a good question.
That is a good question. What do you do? Do you feel, so if you feel a ways that's off, do you just trust your gut and then just move on and let it go? Because you're like, your instinct is trying to send you signs, right? So it's like, I'm learning, you're learning behavior. You're learning to listen to yourself, to feel yourself, to trust yourself, right? Okay. And the idea is to let it go.
That part.
So
y'all talking today. I'm trying to keep up with y'all comments on my phone, I'm like, I don't want to miss it. We keep
trauma triggers can present themselves at any time. Sit with yourself about what you're feeling and determine if you need to involve your mate in that process.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Facts.
Melissa said, yes, we checked in something when something isn't right. And we do.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's not like people just sitting around like, oh, he in today. He's sleeping. We going. Or she, right? Like the husband said, she was acting weird. What she was posting on her page was starting to look weird. It was different than the content she used to have. The people that were liking her images was throwing him off because it was like, okay, so this person keep on liking all her pictures. And then when I go follow this, that's what I'm saying. That's private eye work. That means something is off. And he was right. Why? Because she had checked out because she was mad that he wasn't emotionally and spiritually connected to her. Like I said, I was looking at a Dear Wifey podcast and I thought it was so vulnerable and true. And then he was trying to put the energy together. She was off, he was saying. She wasn't responding the way she was normally responding. So he went to her social media, which is i.e. checking the phone, seeing who's liking. Then he said he noticed that the person that was liking her stuff, he went to his page and realized that she was liking his stuff. And the thing that threw him up, that made him really go dig deeper and get the phone records, was the fact that her best friend was liking the other guy's stuff too. So what conversations are y'all? This how much this man put together now. Come on now. Y'all think that the men are the ones sitting back being taken advantage of. Oh no, honey. They are doing their due diligence too. So what he said was, he didn't even say nothing, right? He waited. He got the phone records. He knew how long they was talking. He knew how many times they talked before he went to her like, so you holding conversations, right? That's checking in on somebody. Now, clearly, she was. It didn't get to that point because it was only 3 conversations. But had he not checked the phone, I think it would have been harder because she was in a space where she was going down the slope. But because she thought it was innocent at first, getting fed and going through that because if you are invested in somebody, you know when something is off. And in that investment, you protect your dividends. I'm not just going to let you come around here and pee at my house. I'm not going to let you take the bricks up. So if I feel like something is off and I'm in this, then if it's two people in it, then who going to take the wheel? Because if she's driving that way and you think it ain't your concern that she's checked out and she's not being honest, because even after he asked her, she said no. He had to show her the evidence. That means saying, oh, go with your gut and believing she was still lying. If he didn't show her the phone records of what he had, she still would have been lying. I.e., he still would be lying. Because if they were so proud about it, they wouldn't have been hiding it in the first place. They would have come to you and say, listen, I'm so mad now that I'm entertaining another person. That ain't what they doing. But she on that phone. She having a 90-minute conversation with somebody because you think you not going to get into her business. But now they celebrated 18 years. Why? Because he got into her business. Why? Because he realized it was serious. We need to go to counseling because I want this thing. We 17 years in with 4 kids. He said, I want this. Now, he cheated on her 3 times already. But it hit different with her just having a conversation. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it sounds like da-da-da-da-da, but sometimes if you want to protect what you got, you might got to go in a different angle. Because if it's hiding something, that means that it's not exposed. And if you don't get to the bottom of it, you can lose everything. And it may be too late to fix. So checking the phone is nowhere near as bad as not checking it. And next thing you know, they off married to somebody else because you didn't even know it was a problem. Because you like, I'm going to give them that independence. All right, you're going to independently have yourself hurt, busted, and disgusted because you sitting around like, oh, but I ain't going to. I asked them and they said it is what it is. I'm going to trust them. You a damn fool. Because liars in a vulnerable state is going to lie. How am I going to hold you accountable when your mental health is at an all-time low? Because you're letting somebody get up in there and talk to you and big you up and got you about to lose everything.
Come on, Jacob.
It don't make sense.
Jacob said, y'all heard it from Apostle Paul. But Jacob says, I have a lot of female friends that text me and call me. We never slept together. We just call and my boo thing knows everything. And we talk and communicate about everything in every conversation. That's cool.
That is cool.
That is cool. I mean, to me, I could have guy friends, you know what I mean? But until my husband ain't gonna be feeling that. And it's like,
oh no, you don't be feeling that. Until one day, like, those friends that he said that's real cool go out to dinner and one of them give her a side eye that makes her think that she feel a certain way. And that whole thing you got is going down the drain. Because if you understand women, you understand we don't play like that. Right. So I'm going to give you a pass. But if this thing look funny, then we're going to check that because everybody ain't as sweet and nice as they appear to be. People got ulterior motives and then you like, oopsie daisy, no, oops, these. We're not doing oops. We're not doing oops. We're going to prevent the thing from falling off the table before the shit hit the ground. We're not putting stuff together. Like, we just going to stop it from breaking. Jem, he's talking about we could be related. Jem said, do you know Erin Anderson? Oh, they having their conversation.
They having their little conversation.
She said, Mama Faye said, I didn't go through stuff. It's a violation of privacy. My sister did that to me when I was a child. Took my mother to go through my drawers. Oh, it hurt so bad when all they had to do is ask me and I'd answer. What sister went through your stuff? Took your mama. I'm done.
Oh, Lord.
I'll call you after the show. Let me stop.
What to do? Tell that story.
Hello,
Lamont.
Well,
good morning.
Lamont says, well, I leave my phone out or have my fiance operate my phone. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Nothing
it's nothing to hide. Yes, you are so right, Queen Jen. Talk to the person. You got to talk to the person. You got to talk to them. Ari says, I'm going to start putting glass in his dinner, but I'm not checking his phone.
Woo! Okay.
See what I'm saying? You might just want to let them check your phone. It's
gonna go down. It's going down.
He's just gonna have a bloody mouth. Like, so you talking with that tongue?
Oh Lord!
Lord have mercy.
Woo! She didn't mean it.
Conversation. That's what we got to do. Have a
gotta have some
conversation.
Lamar said, check their actions and conversate about what's going on.
That part,
man.
I think the checking on the phone is because the conversation isn't there. I think that sounds nice, but if communication was there, there would be no need to try to figure out what's been already said. If there is communication, checking the phone is trying to figure out what they don't know.
Oh my!
So
goodness.
if you're having a real communication, then the phone would not be a factor. But if there's a lack of communication and energy that is not dealt with, that seems different than what somebody is used to, that's what's going to make the pattern go off and make you start looking at somebody a little bit different. And so I feel like if they were having a conversation, then there's no need to go through the other way, right? To invade somebody's. There wouldn't be a reason for invasion if there was a conversation. Let's say that. I'm invading that part because there is some clarity or some pieces that I feel like I'm not getting. So I'm trying to put the pieces together myself with what you're not saying, with what you're doing, right?
Checking that phone, honey, start having issues going on.
Oh yeah,
Checking that phone ain't no joke, honey. When a person changes dramatically, they are up to something. Period.
That's what they say.
That part right there.
Preach.
Queen Jim said, "You better preach."
Communication is needed more in relationships. Very important and key. It is, and I think communication. The communication where you can receive what somebody is saying. Sometimes we communicate and we can't receive each other, so we ain't really communicating.
Hearing what the person is saying, ain't listening, hearing. It's like I'm trying to get my point, trying to get my point, and we ain't even connecting. We just talking.
That part. We're not understanding, as we went over before. To understand is to be a student and allow that person to be a teacher while they're explaining the way they see it.
The way they think.
Because it's their truth. It's so true to them, right? That's why it's like everybody's going to have their own truth because it's as sure to them as breathing from how it feels, right? And so one person chooses somebody. So that's why some people are like, I never check a phone. Then somebody else will say, I always check a phone. Then somebody says, I barely check a phone. Yeah. Somebody says, I have to see something wrong to check a phone. It's still everybody, their why is different. Right? And so it's like, check the why. When heaven yelled. That's the why.
That part right
what is he yelling about that got you feeling like something ain't right?
Remember there, why did I get married? And
my God.
Girl was like, I know how long it take him to get from and then his heart rate is 78 point something beats. Oh, I know
something was
I was like,
crazy. Crazy.
She was like, that's right, that's why, man, I'm infested.
Say, honey, he had a burner phone too. Here, take it. You think the real phone anyway. Ooh. That's so true. I have to break it all the way down to my husband and ask questions after Q&A. Did you get what I said?
Did you understand
what
I just said? So
the words that are coming out of my mouth.
That's why. And then it's like, okay, so this is what I said. Now tell me what I said. I need you to say back, or out of your understanding, what I just said, how did it interpret for you?
Yeah.
Tell me what I just said. So I can make sure you understood what I said.
Yeah.
Not that you just listening to me because I'm talking, and I'm like, okay, now tell me exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
Because I need to hear it from you and your brain when it come out your mouth.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure you understood what I just said to you.
Well, I knew this would be a good topic. After Rondell had Chef Ron had us hyped up on us like, here, this is a topic for y'all. I'm like, we all yelling like, he's like, calm down, y'all.
Y'all not hearing me. Y'all not listening.
This ain't me. Calm down, y'all. Why is y'all yelling at me?
And our red cups.
We had our red cups. It was a Sabbath, honey. We was like, listen, Linda.
Listen.
This is what the problem is. I think we need a daily
You need a word.
You want to put a word?
Daily word for the day. What's the word?
What's the word? What God got to say about checking them phones? Maybe He'd give us a word on what not to do. But honestly, I think that, when you can grow to the point where you don't need it and you can trust your mate. I mean, it's just a way better, healthier feeling, right? To not have anxiety, not be looking over their shoulders, trust in the love that y'all have, right? Or furthermore, like, just to play with the fact that, right, being insecure, right? And trusting that if something goes wrong, in the time that it goes wrong, that you would have what it requires to get up. The reason why we go and check is like we want to prepare for destruction. We want to prepare for pain. We want to prepare, set ourselves up to be able to get past that. When in actuality, if you would just rest in the moment being enough, that the love being enough, and all of that being enough, then like you say, when the truth will always come to the light, right? And so instead of searching for dark places in your life, you can live with the inevitable. If you think something's going wrong, but beef up your act, right? Instead of looking in the phone, be a better you, right? Make yourself better for yourself so that you can feel like, okay, I don't have nothing to worry about. I'm enough. But sometimes those insecurities of not feeling worthy or trying to figure out what's going on, thinking that everything you built could be falling apart, it may make you be a little bit more invested in the process opposed to experiencing, accepting it, and just living in what it is and then arrive to it at the time. So while I said the old me going through all the stages, the new me, the 40-year-old me, is a whole lot different. So it's like growing to learn, to dare to be different, to accept that you can't change anything anyway. So why live in the pain and then wait for the pain too, right? So it's like live in the moment, enjoy today, and when shit go wrong, excuse my French, you deal with it in that moment, but you don't always be in that moment because you're always looking for the ball to drop. You cannot enjoy and grow your relationship if the whole time you're expecting something to go wrong. So checking and doing all that is expecting that what you have is going wrong, and that's what makes it unhealthy. That's what makes it that's what makes it so bad, because it's almost like you're looking for something to go wrong instead of dealing with something if it went wrong, if that makes sense.
Queen Jim said, yes, great topic today. We did too. And they both were beneficial. Love y'all.
We did do two topics.
Right?
We did.
And I was like, wait, we got to get to this topic. Time out.
I'm on Earth. I'm an Earth Angel. I'm so enough. That's
right. That's right. Come
Just
on,
put
Yvette.
your phone on record and put it in the car.
Come on, Yvette.
Yvette. That had me cracking up when she told me she did. I said, oh, them old school. Oh, them queens know what to do.
Go on and put it in the car.
She said, how you put the phone on record and just sit it in the car, honey. I am done. And then when they come home, you got their whole day, every conversation they had. That is crazy. That is so crazy, but that is so like crazy, that's badass.
Crazy,
badass.
Crazy.
Be mad at. Listen, they coming on, skipping to my loo. You go get your phone. Be there, they been get their head knocked off, mess around, and not been right in the day.
Come on now.
You hear them talking about you. It might not even be nobody. Oh yeah, this bitch is getting on my nerve. I'm so glad to be out the house. I'm like, oh, so I'm a bitch now. You'll be getting caught.
Okay.
Oh, is that what they say? Needing help?
Why I'm always in July? Wait, I done did July. We did July 21st. That was
healthy ways. Either one of these. Well,
healthy ways.
Needing help. I don't know.
Okay. Needing help. We're gonna do the needing help. All right. So where there is no guidance, the people fall. But in abundance of counselors, there is victory. Proverbs 11:14. Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived, still needed help. And he didn't allow his pride to stand in the way. When Solomon built the temple, he needed more than talent and supplies than Israel could provide, including skilled carpenters, stone cutters, and a great amount of cedar wood. He enlisted the help of King Hiram, and after 7.5 years, the completed project was one of the wonders of the world.
This is so good.
It takes humility to ask for help. Many marriages do not endure because the couple is simply not willing to admit to anyone that they need advice. Pride can stand in the way of tapping into the resources of wisdom that God has placed in others. Do you need help with your marriage, your finances, or your parenting? Assess your needs and talk about who you can get support and godly advice from. Don't let pride stand in your way.
That was perfect. That was perfect, because that's what this topic is all about.
Help.
Needing the help, being vulnerable enough to have the real conversation. And then when you find out what's wrong, that you take the time to find, like I said, another couple who is more experienced, who is more transparent in their journey, because that's why I said I've been enjoying listening to couples talk about real love and growing and all of those different parts, because that's what gives people the hope. That's what the help is all about. And though that couple that saved their marriage at the 17-year mark, mind you, that means they was in the thing. I mean, been going through the thing, because they listened to another couple who was married 20-something years on the same podcast that spoke about what they came through. So in that moment, they looked at each other and decided that they wanted their marriage. So they went to the next step, asking for the help. Like he said, going to the counselors. So being intentional. And so sometimes if there is a feeling before you checking the phone, maybe it's more important that y'all sit down and say, well, maybe we just need to get help, because maybe it's better. Right. Maybe it's better not to unpack that, because, you know, there's certain seeds that you plant, you can't forget. That is why sometimes you find somebody who went through a bad spell and the person got better and the relationship got better, but the other person who was wounded couldn't accept that somebody changed, and then it didn't go to where it needed to go. So that's why having those conversations, maybe even before the exposure, because the exposure is what kills you before it's developed, right? Remember, if you're in the dark room and the light comes on you, before you can process the image, the image, the story, or whatever that you went through, before that goes into focus, if you don't have that time to deal with it behind closed doors and it get exposed too soon, that picture never develops. It never creates the beauty that you captured the moment you took the picture. So that being able to actually ask for the help so that it doesn't hinder you, and so that you're not brought into the light before you're ready to deal with it. And that's what happens sometimes when you check the phone. In you. So now you're not even in a state to be able to access that, because it'll destroy the image and a picture that you had, because you put the light onto it too soon, right? And so sometimes just having that hard conversation and dealing with it is more important than anything else. So I thought that was a great way to end the topic, is asking for help. So after you check the phone, then what? What do you have? What happens after that? Is it confirmation to move the other way? Is it confirmation that there is a problem and so we have to work in this area? Or is it, I'm just going to let it all go? That's the thing. It's like, what are you doing it for? If you want to stay, is it healthy to look? Because now you just added a whole level of
and that's something you have to process before you go to the phone. You need to understand, what am I going to do if this, and what am I going to do if this? Because it's a blow up situation when you just be so fast doing it, and now it's like, you haven't know. Your brain ain't, it's just erratic, and so that's when people get killed. That's when you, I mean, seriously, that's when you really plotting and putting glass in their food. Like, is it really worth all of that? Like, you gonna be in jail for us? Like, let's think. Right? Yeah. Think, process. What if and what if no? What are you gonna do before you just do, like,
before you go mad? So we can read these. What's his last two?
Queen Jim says, that to me is disturbing and stressful.
Causes issues.
Causes issues. God sees and can deal with them. Like Ari said, what comes to the light will be exposed.
Period.
It will.
It will.
Eventually, it will. Something is gonna happen that is gonna cause it to be totally exposed.
I have God and you too. Y'all are life coaching us. I'm glad we can.
Coffee and conversation.
Coffee and conversation, honey.
Real
Exactly.
conversations.
Not real. You know, Melissa love that word. Blow up.
Even though we on Facebook Live, yeah, we replay if you want.
So we're gonna get our card for the day because we are past our hour. But I'm so glad that you guys stay with us to endure in this conversation. Good morning, Janice.
Good morning,
You are
Janice.
definitely gonna have to watch the replay. This was a good one, girl.
Good one, girl.
So the question is, what do we need to do? What I am will God give us about checking our mates' phones?
Checking your mate phone. What card do we need
Should you check your mate phone? I am ridiculous.
Let's see where this is gonna size. I'm noble, girl. I am noble.
I ain't checked that phone. I'm noble. I'm high end over here. Let's see. I haven't checked that phone in years.
I've been going very resourceful. Ready?
I definitely, it's been years. I am a leader and I am determined.
Come on now.
And so a leader ain't checking. They representing, they leading. And I'm determined, right? Determined to not get caught in
checking that phone.
Determined to trust the happy ending and not try to find a false imprisonment of the mind, right? Because I'm determined. I'm determined to lead my family into victory.
Come on now.
But not checking that damn phone.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
So listen, y'all just do right and make sure that if your phone get checked, honey, you won't get wrecked.
Make sure you ain't got nothing incriminating in that phone.
Nothing incriminating.
Okay, so when it gets checked, you ain't looking crazy. Okay? Do you really need to save them texts? Do you really need to save the text?
Queen Jim talking about somebody needs y'all this morning. Get out of his phone, girl.
Girl, don't do it, girl.
Get out of her phone, man. Y'all growner than that.
Somebody gotta be determined.
Lead by example. I am a determined leader. I'm determined to lead. Amen, Queen. Amen and amen again.
Amen,
so be
amen.
determined to, as the word said, what we said, asking for help, right?
Ask for help.
Is that what was
our
needing help? Needing help.
You need help to be. Do you need a bridge? You need help to talk to your mate about something you've been feeling lately.
We silly.
It's a word this morning.
This was good. So let me tell you something. We have been, I have definitely been healed from checking phones.
Yeah, I don't got time for that.
I haven't checked phones in some time now.
I
have resurrected from that. Yeah. But I'm gonna say, but I could probably say maybe 3 times in 20-something years. So I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Pretty good.
That's good, yeah.
And I never had to kill him, so
3 times in our 18. What's that? 15.
You had 3 times too?
Yeah, probably 3 times.
So same. I'm confident in my union. Yeah, so it's like 23 years, 3 checks. I think it ain't so bad.
Even that's a good ratio. So this has been,
and I'm like a crazy little thing. Like, why they send you a picture? You know how guys will send pictures of bodies, images, things. I'm like, why they sending you that? Then they know you married. They're like, really? We all married.
Oh, who ain't married?
And then I get the friend that's a little bit freaking. I'm like, girl, why would you send me a DP? But I guess it depends on who your friends are. So it'd be like,
that's who they are. They had somebody else that you need to see it too.
So I'm like, listen, that's grown people. Stay out of grown people chat. That's what men do, right? Then I go around some people and I'm like,
looking at
and I'm like, well, some girls send each other DPs. I just was not in the circle of the DP thing. So I'm like,
what you want me to?
She's talking about some, you're a Leo, we know. What are you doing?
I don't even like looking at nothing else but mine. I ain't got time for
Listen,
all of that.
I just-
no
yeah.
imagination to the brain. I don't need nothing like that.
Yeah, it ain't even imagination. Like,
I
I
don't need
mean,
nothing.
it ain't like DPs are like cute. Like, I'm like, oh my God, it's a cute. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But I have been
But it's
spared
a
that.
work of art,
So
your
that's
body is
just
a
it.
work of art, so
Gotta get to work. Thank you for an amazing start to the day. Sophie's iPad check came back clear. Good job. Gotta wake up and make today count right. Don't forget to flip them switches. That part.
And on that
We
note,
will be wilding with our soul. Yes, we will be wilding. We be
yes,
wilding.
we do.
So that's why it's best to just, I ask the questions. Blessed are those that ask the questions, my sister.
Just come out with it. I ain't holding nothing back. I'm asking what I'm asking.
Yeah, that's it.
My mouth.
No need to sneak. Just take it, put it in the face. And say,
That
this is
part,
how
ain't
I
no
feel.
sneaking.
And if you feel they still lying, then you steer them down until they break. But yeah, all jokes to the side, this has been an amazing topic. 2 topics. So listen, you guys remember that it is a relay race and somebody is relying on you to turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print, because the fingerprint tells us what you got wrong in this world, but the soul print, it tells us what you got right, and what God got right is you. And so it's not our job to compete, but it is our job to complete. And the difference between them 2 words is the L, and the L stands for love, because love rules everything. So remember that you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness. It is your responsibility, which is the ability of measurement in which you can respond. The world needs you. And so we love you, love you, love you. Remember, you have been tuned into Coffee and Conversations. And don't forget to wake up and make today count. And stay out of them people's phones, y'all. Believe in yourself.
See y'all tomorrow on Hump Wednesday.
On Hump Wednesday, words of the wise. Stay out of them phones.
Don't
Male, women, listen. Ask them, and if they say no, then trust them and move on.
Move on. Don't
Move
even
on.
do it.
But watch them.
You gotta be doing.
You ain't gotta check them, but you can watch them. Just keep your eyes
Pay
on them.
attention. Pay attention and don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb.
Speak up.
Speak up. That part. Until mañana, love grows everything. So love yourself first. Bye-bye.